egg? Or are you sitting on the eggs, Mama? So this was my daughter's playhouse, and it had blue siding and a little loft and a little kitchen, and she played in it with her friends. So I turned it into a chicken coop, put siding that matches the house, and found funky windows at those flea
Antique
shops. And then this is what her wallpaper was in her little playhouse. And then, so I made it have a hallway with a storage and a functioning space in the front. And then this is the coop. And it did end here, but then I got too many chickens, so we had to add on a run on each side. Our first addition was that tree, which they all fight over to sit on. And then I had to run up high with a ramp, but then the old girls started to have trouble going down, so I made a shorter door underneath. But when it's really warm, I put a fan in. And they have to have a mirror because they love to talk to themselves. And then I have a little concrete oyster shell holder, and I have a broody chicken in there. My chocolate Orpington. I'll take her out so you can see. When you have a broody chicken, oh, hello Sparkle. The grandkids named this one Sparkle. And here we have a blue egg from one of the chickens you gave me. And then this is Millie, my chocolate Orpington. And she wants to sit on eggs and be broody. Say hi, Millie. She's a 5-year-old chocolate Orpington, and she's super puffy. Super puffy. Look at her feathers. Okay. You need to lay an egg. Is that what's wrong? Oh, you lay an egg. She might have to lay an egg. This is Big Mama.
I'm not filming. Just hold on 1 second.
And she is mean. When we added on the second half, I made a wall here so that when I do bring in new chickens, which I've had 3 or 4 batches of new chickens, as they get older and they've slowed down their egg production, I can brood them in there and then integrate them in here, and they see each other, and then it works really well then when they're ready to open, because they've kind of lived together, but yet they can't get to each other. My oldest 9-year-old leader of the flock passed away, and I came in one day and there were 4 chickens, Frenchie, Copper, Big Mama, and Sunshine, and they were having this heated, loud conversation. Copper passed away, and then Big Mama took the lead of the flock. I swear they were having a conversation about it. She watches them like a rooster, and she's a big barred rock, and right now she's laying an egg, but she is definitely took Copper's spot, and she's the leader of the flock now. This is kind of the utility space, so I made it really cute with chicken stuff and a stained glass light and quirky. I made the stained glass panels in this old window frame I found.
Did you make those?
Yes, I had the frame, but it was missing glass, so I put pieces in here. And then found this church window, which is super cute. And this old cabinet that my mother-in-law repainted and fixed up. So I keep like all my chicken supplies in here. And I do buy a lot of the Fresh Egg Daily respiratory, digestive, kelp, and probiotics. That's probably very messy.
Chicken first aid.
First aid and probiotics and heating lights. And then I got cute little stickers for my feed and my scratch and treats. And then in this barrel, I don't have a sticker, but I have oyster shells and grit in there. And this is one of my trolley benches. The more things you have, the dustier it gets, but you have to keep it cute. So.
And where do you get your feed?
My feed comes from Scratch and Pack, and I have some Grubbly treats and Scratch in there. So both of the things. And this was my grandmother's old bucket, and it fits 2 gallons perfect, that I redo their water every day with this bucket.
Do you do pellets or mash?
I do mash.
Can we see your feed?
It's almost empty. I gotta fill it from my storage. And then I have the grubs in here, which I need to replenish those also. And then I have grit
And what treats do you get your chickens?
not a lot of treats.
Just like a mix of
A
scratch?
berry scratch sometimes, yeah. So my husband is an electrician, and he goes overboard with all the amenities. So we have interior lighting. We have a program here, so I can set the time. In the winter, I can turn the lights on, and it's set to daytime light, so it comes on like natural in the summer. I don't do that all the time because I like to give them a rest in the winter. Here we have 2 outside fans for the runs on each side, and then I have 2 water heater plug-ins because in the winter they say not to put the water in, but it's easier for me to do their water in here. So I have 2. The best thing that works is a blue heated dog bowl, which I have raised on a concrete thing in here. So in the winter, I'll have 1 on each side, and then those are the switches that turn on the heater thing. I just run the cord right down, and it keeps the water from freezing.
And you have air conditioning?
And then I do have an air conditioner in here for when it gets to over 80 some degrees. I'll turn that on so that they can retreat in here and stay cool in the summertime. These heat plates, and I'll put them over this run and that run, and when it's really cold, under 10 or 15, I will plug those in, and it doesn't heat them up too much, but it does provide some gradient heat so that they don't, especially the old chickens. So that also in the winter they can get some fresh or bright natural light in. So I put a skylight in each roof area.
I never noticed that.
They've done. They ate everything in here. I know, it's okay. Come on, Coop. Get up in the camera. So we have 1 boy, Paddington, right here. This is Paddington. And then the little one is Penny. And then Polly and Poppy.
And what kind are these? What kind are they?
These are French Toulouse geese. Girls. The first run, so I have 2 runs on each end of this. She jumps up here. Did all that this weekend.
Oh, it's so cute over here.
Get to let it wash. It kind of washes through and it'll look cute. This I have to clean it out.
They just sleep on the ground.
Yes, they don't like to be popping them up, and then they can go out to the pond. It's easier to put his latches up here. And then over here, so they can go all the way around and get in this shade. But I did make this covered shade thing, and I'll put some straw in there, and they like to lay on the ground, so they'll lay in here.
Nice.
And then they have an apple. I have 3 of them, and they're my original chickens. I got started 10 years ago with these and a copper Moran and a few others. I think I had 16, but there were a lot of roosters, and I ended up with 9 from the very beginning, and they're now 9 years old. They don't lay any eggs, but they think that they should. They act like they do, but they're definitely the boss. I have 3 ages, 9, 5, and 3, and 1. So I have four batches. And there's definitely a pecking order when you have old chickens. You can really see how they all act together and respect each other. And the little ones can only eat last because these guys rule the roost. And I was inspired by my grandma, always had chickens. And then I just researched everything from Fresh Eggs Dailies, the books, and her website and her Instagram and Facebook page. And then also Martha Stewart I looked on there for a lot of the structure and layout because she's so organized. And the nutrition from Fresh Eggs Daily for sure.
Will you keep chickens forever?
I think so. My grandma was old and still had chickens, so I don't see getting rid of them. They bring a lot of joy, and of course there's nothing better than fresh farm eggs. What I'm really proud of is this year my son and my daughter both did chicken coops, and I feel like they learned stuff from me whether they want to admit it or not.